Yo, what's up, Lincoln Elementary? So today we are going to be making some origami, making some Star Wars origami finger puppets. What? That's right, finger puppets. You can wear them on your finger, and it's pretty awesome. So first we're gonna start with a piece of paper, just normal standard 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, and we're actually gonna fold it into fourths because each one of these origami little characters, the best size for them to fit on your finger is actually 1/4 of a piece of paper. So I'm going to fold it in half like I'm doing right here. And I'm just going to make sure I have that fold right. Just going to refold it again. And one thing to keep in mind while you're folding all of this and like drawing eventually is you want to make sure that you remember that perfection is not the key here. You do not need to make everything perfect. Nothing has to be precise. And feel free to experiment. Keep practicing these origamis, and they will be really cool at the end. I hope you are excited. So we're going to fold it into fourths right here. I'm folding it the long ways. I folded it the short ways. I'm just going to make sure my fold is really in. Got to make sure it's really, really deep in there. And our first origami that we are going to be doing today is actually origami Yoda, which is pretty awesome. I think so anyways. And because each paper has 4 little sections to it, and you can make each one into a finger puppet Star Wars origami. So you can have 4 different characters, which is pretty cool. So now to separate into fourths, you could use scissors, but what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna save time, and I'm just gonna tear it. But the way I'm tearing, which I do not recommend, is I'm making sure it's very, very precise. Now, I would definitely recommend using scissors, but I'm just too lazy to use them, so I'm just going to tear them as you see here. So yeah, you can make 4 origami Yodas. You can make 4 Darth Vaders, which is pretty cool. So the characters I'm going to be showing you today are going to be Darth Vader, Yoda, and Princess Leia, which is pretty cool. The first origami is origami Yoda, and I'll show you, and it's really cool because it only has 5 folds. What? It only has 5 folds? That's crazy. So you're going to have it sideways like that, and I'm going to show you with the pencil, and I'm going to show you how, because you need to fold it into thirds, and it's going to be really, really weird, really hard. This is probably the hardest part of it. So I'm going to show you with a pencil, show you like kind of where the third marker is, where each third is going to be. Hopefully you can see it. Hopefully it shows. But that's basically where you're going to fold. So I'll show you right now. I'm about to fold the first third. So this is the first fold of it. And you're going to fold it just across, just like that. Not super duper hard, just a basic fold. Make sure each fold is pretty deep. Once you're satisfied with your fold, make sure you really press down hard on it. And the next fold, you're just going to fold right on top of it. Just fold it right on top, all the way across, as far as you can, until it reaches like the edge of the other piece. So you're going to fold it like so, and make sure that it does not need to be perfect at all. Just as long as it kind of looks similar to it. So as you can see there's a little space right there, and that is A-okay. If you want to, if you don't like that, you can hide it underneath and have the other piece go over. But the way I'm doing it, I kind of like that there is the space. So I'm going to put it back to where the other one was. But you can do it however you like, which is really awesome about origami. So what we're going to do is we're going to start making Yoda's ears. So our fold right here is going to be making a little triangle that's sticking out of the edge. So we're going to be folding it just a little crooked, a little sideways there, and it's just going to stick out, just like a triangle sticking out. Just make sure it doesn't go crazy at the bottom. It doesn't look weird, but it's okay if it does. And then my next thing is I'm going to fold the other ear, but before I do, I just wanted to say that I am a YouTuber, and you should subscribe. So ask Mrs. Ibarra what my YouTube channel is if you want to subscribe. Yeah. So, anyways, tell your teachers to subscribe too. Anyways, so we're gonna fold the other ear. So, we're gonna fold that back. What we just did. We're just gonna fold that little side back, and that's okay. It's okay if it gets squished or smushed or whatever. It's a-okay. Now the next ear, we're gonna do pretty much the same thing. It doesn't have to be exact, doesn't have to be symmetrical, does not have to look exactly the same as I'm doing right here. So as you can notice, there's a little bit of space in between the edges and the little triangle there, but that's okay. That's perfectly fine. Later on with the Darth Vader one, you kind of want that. So we're gonna fold back the other side that we folded back before. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna fold in between those two corners that I just pointed to. So I am actually gonna show you, I'm gonna get my pencil and I'm going to draw a line showing where you're gonna fold. You do not need to draw with the pencil, but this is just to show you where you wanna fold this part. So it's gonna go from ear to ear. It's just basically like that, from the point to the other point. And so these are Yoda's ears, even though they don't really look like ears right now. But we're going to fold that right down. And that is going to be our last fold. What? It's that easy? Yep, it's that easy. Pretty awesome, right? It probably doesn't look that much like Yoda right now. But with coloring and decoration, you can make it really look like Yoda, which is pretty awesome. So right now I'm grabbing some green and I'm gonna grab some brown too later on. Okay, so now that I've got my green, I'm going to start by filling in the ears, just filling in the head part, which is basically the ears and the head, and that's basically it. If you want to, you can also go color in the back of the head as well, if you really want to. But if you don't want to, that's a-okay. And you don't need to, because all you're going to see is the front part. So after you've colored in the face, it's time to color in the torso. So for the torso, a nice shade of brown is pretty good. So you're going to start filling out the torso here. And and there'll be some bumpy parts of the paper, which is a-okay. That's just the way it is. It's not terrible, but yeah, just it's a-okay. So if you want to go the extra measure, you can fill in the back with the brown, and then of course you can fill in the front with the brown. And once you're done with that, uh, you can also fill in the extra row pieces, are extra dark if you want to add that little level of detail, but you do not have to. They can just be all brown. And of course, being careful with making sure you color in underneath the flaps if you want to. But if you just color it face on, it'll be a-okay. So now we're going to pop the head over, and look at that. Our Yoda is basically finished. Just making some finishing touches here, make sure there's no huge white spots or anything like that. And it's basically done. Just adding some finishing details, of course, to see if this green is good. And nope, it is not the best looking. So I'm going to change back to the green, and I'm going to shade in a little bit. You do not have to do this part, but if you want to, you can. Now it's time for my favorite part of the entire thing. It's drawing his face. So I'm going to draw one eye, another eye, make it a little bigger, and then a nice smile. Boom, look at that. Look at that wonderful origami Yoda. Now, what's really fun about this is that it's a finger puppet, right? So I'll show you. At the bottom of Yoda, there'll be little gaps and stuff. So at the bottom gap, you'll see, I'll show you right now. There's like an easy way to do this is actually to unfold these a little bit. Just a little bit, not enough so that it just wrecks the whole thing, but just a little bit like that. It's okay. As long as you can refold it, it's good. So you're going to put your finger right there and just tuck it in with the other folds, and boom, there you have it. You have a finger puppet of origami Yoda. Pretty amazing, right? Yeah, it's just really fun. You can just have it on your finger, just wave it at people, imitating Yoda. But yeah, pretty great, right? So our next one is not going to be Darth Vader, but it's going to be Princess Leia first. So Princess Leia is actually a little bit similar to origami Yoda. The folding is a little bit more difficult. There are a couple more steps, but hang in with me and it'll be a-okay. You got this. You can get through this. So what we're going to do here is we're going to fold a little bit off the top part. Now, one thing I did right here, do not do what I'm about to do. What you're about to see me do not do this because you're not supposed to. I actually made a big mistake here, which is a-okay because everybody makes mistakes, right? So, do not do this. I accidentally folded this side, but I forgot to have it sideways. I forgot to have it landscape. So, I just realized my mistake right now. And I just realized, oh man, that sucks. But hey, mistakes happen, right? It's a-okay. So I'm going to actually undo that. And so you want to have it landscape. You want to fold just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just about like a finger's width or whatever. Just a tiny, tiny little bit. And you want to make sure you have deep folds, as always. Once you feel good about your fold, just make a big, nice press on it. Press real hard in it. And so I'll show you. We're gonna fold it into thirds again, and this is gonna be kind of the guidelines of where it'll be just about. So I'm gonna fold the third, and if you do not get these thirds correctly, it is a-okay. But this is probably where most people think it starts to look bad. It does not look bad. I promise. It looks amazing. You should be proud because you made origami Yoda. How cool is that? Now you get to make Princess Leia. It's like pretty cool. So what you're gonna do here is fold it to thirds. Now these flaps that you folded right at the bottom, like that tiny little flap, is actually become very important here, because what we're about to do is we're gonna like tuck it in when doing the fold. So we're gonna unfold it and then we're gonna refold it, and we're gonna tuck it in to that little space right there. Then we're gonna tuck the corner in. We're gonna tuck the whole side in. So I'll show you. So you'll get the corner, and it's gonna be kind of hard, but you're gonna kind of fold it into the little pocket right there. Just tuck it in right there and smoosh it all about. It'll look really weird. It'll look kind of ugly, and that is a-okay. Now me, I'm a perfectionist a little bit. I kind of got frustrated with the way it crumpled up at the end, but that is a-okay. If it crumbles up at the end, that's actually kind of cool, and I will give you a high five. If next time I visit Lincoln, if you have a crumpled corner, I will be like, yo, give me that high five, you know what I'm saying? But so you're gonna smush it all about. It's a-okay if it gets crumpled. Nothing needs to be perfect. So after we're done smushing that in, feeling tucked in, we're actually gonna unfold it again. And now we're gonna make Yoda's ears. Now you might be thinking, what? Yoda's ears? What are you on about? What are you talking about? We're making Princess Leia. Princess Leia does not have Yoda ears. Well, you're right. But we're gonna fold Yoda's ears, and then we're gonna fold them to look like Leia's hair. Pretty crazy, right? So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna fold it just like the ear, but make sure about that flap at the bottom. See how there's a little triangle sticking out the bottom? It's okay to have a triangle sticking out of the side. You want that, but you do not want the triangle at the bottom that I just said right now. So what I'm gonna do right now is, I know I made that mistake, which is a-okay. I'm gonna refold it so that it doesn't have that triangle at the bottom. So Now it's looking good. I can just smush that down a little bit to make it look nice and even at the bottom, which is great. That's what you want. And then because it's easier to tuck it in again, because we're going to tuck in the slot again. And when you tuck it in, by the way, you might be wondering why you need to tuck that in, why you need to make that bottom little flat. Because when you put it on your finger, it feels a lot more stable than origami Yoda. Because when you put origami Yoda on your finger, it feels a little bit flappy. It feels like it could fall. With Princess Leia, though, no chance it's going to fall. It feels really good. So what we're going to do is make sure it's tucked underneath. Retuck it again. And if you have trouble with it, just mush it. Just smush it in there. Just really just make sure it's just stuck in there. And that's all you need. So now instead, so that's going to be Princess Leia's face. It's gonna look good. Trust. Bet. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually start working on the hair. So we're not going to do it the same way as origami Yoda. We're not going to fold the top part down. Instead, we're going to focus on these ears. We're going to make these ears into her little buns. Princess Leia has those iconic like Oreo looking buns. So we're going to make those by just folding them in. We're not going to fold them in so much that they hide from the side. We want them to sticking out a little bit. Just a little bit. And it's just enough to make it look like that's her hair buns right there. And of course, experiment with this, see if you like it bigger or smaller. But an extra little thing, if you want to, you do not have to do this. If you're satisfied with the way it is right now, you can start decorating. But if you want to make a little extra bun, you can do the same process by using the triangle that's folded in, fold it out, and then fold it back in again. And which is really, really something that is not necessary. If you want to do this, you can. But if you don't want to do this, that is A-okay. So what I'm doing here is I'm folding it out, and then I'm folding it back in. But just a little bit. Just enough so that it sticks out a little bit. And it looks kind of complicated, but when you turn it this way, what? It looks so good. I know, right? It looks awesome. So it's looking pretty good. So now what we're going to do is we're going to look at the shape of the head, and it looks a little bit rectangularish. So we're going to just a tiny bit, we're going to fold the corners in. Just a tiny bit. Just the top part of her head. We're going to just barely top the head of it. And just like that. And then we fold it to the side, and then look, it's a pretty round head. So now that's all the folding you need. Yay! Now we get to decorate Princess Leia with her iconic hair. The hair is the biggest part, probably. And experiment with the drawing. It doesn't have to be perfect. I'm trying to outline her hair a little bit. I'm getting the red marker, as you can see on the side. I'm getting ready for make her iconic lips. So we're going to give her a little face first. Got to make sure to draw in her lips, right? And then, after we're drawing this, we're going to fill in her hair. What? No way. That's so cool. I know, right? Gorgeous looking. So, we are going to fill in the hair. And when you get to the sides, it gets a little bit difficult. The edges of the hair, and I'll show you how to do that. So, to do that, we're going to actually unfold the hair that we just folded in to make the really cool buns. We're just going to turn it back into Yoda ears. Now, you may be thinking, oh, man, that sucks. We did that for nothing. No, we're going to redo them again, but it'll be really easy this time because we've already done it, which is pretty easy. So we're going to fill in the ear, or what's going to be her hair. And after we're done filling in her hair, we're going to Oh yeah, I want to make sure that if you guys are using Sharpies or markers or anything, make sure you have something underneath it. That way the marker does not stain the kitchen countertops. Because I definitely did not do that. Definitely, no doubt. So once we're done filling in the hair, that's on the sides, and of course I'm gonna fill in the main part of her hair, right? After I'm done with that, we're going to refold the ear, which is going to be really easy. I promise. This is way easier than the first time you did it. So we're going to fold it in a little bit, just like that. Enough so that it's still sticking out. And then we're going to get that ear that's folded in, and we're going to redo that. Well, I did that so quick. Anyways, it's okay. Take your time with these things, honestly. It really does not matter how quick you do them. And make sure that after you fill these in, that if you rounded the head and did the little corner thing, make sure that it hasn't become unfolded. And if it has, that's okay. Just refold it. And unless you want a blocky head, then of course you can have a blocky head. You can go full Roblox, full Minecraft, full Lego, you know. And then after you're done filling in the hair, you can add some little details to, you can add little details like her skin tone. And get right to work on on drawing her outfit, her little I forget what it's not really a dress, but it's like I don't know, it's like a robe thing, I guess. I don't know. I'm just gonna draw something random and just kind of see if it looks good, if it looks Princess Leia-ish. Just really go in for the decoration. Just use your imagination and draw whatever you think looks Princess Leia-ish. You can draw a gold chain, make her gangsta. You can draw anything. You can draw like a little hand maybe on the side. And so I'm just adding these finishing touches. And next, oh yeah, and that's basically it for Princess Leia. Pretty awesome, right? Look at that. And so just like before, I'm gonna show you how to put your finger in. So this one is a lot more secure. It feels a lot more sturdy. So stick your finger in that hole and boom, look at that. You have Princess Leia and you have Origami Yoda. Pretty awesome, right? Wave to all those peeps, all those boys, you know what I'm saying? We got those two done. Now for our last and final one, we have Darth Paper. Yes, that's right. Not Darth Vader, Darth Paper. Pretty awesome, right? I think it's hilarious, but it's fine if you don't. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually start it vertically. What? Crazy, am I right? But yep, we're going to start vertically, and we're going to fold this part a little sideways. Now, of course, I'm going to show you kind of where the thirds are, just about. And you want to fold it just like that, just off to the side. And when you fold it into thirds, like you'll know when it's good folded into thirds because it'll be like half and half. Like the edge will feel like it marks the half, like it's in the middle. It's in the middle of the paper. So that's when you know you got a really good third. And by the way, I cannot emphasize this enough. The thirds are really hard to do. Like they were really bad when I was first starting out. Like they were actually garbanzo beans, but now they're pretty crispy if I do say so myself. Now, like before, there was a little part that was sticking out, but for Darth Vader, you don't really want that. Which it's okay if you do have it, but it's not super necessary. So we're gonna make the ears, but instead of making them super pointy out like that, we're gonna make it really angled. We're gonna make it really tall looking, you know? And so it's gonna be basically like a tall Yoda, which it looks really weird, right? It looks like a tall Yoda already. But what we're actually gonna change the ears into now is we're not gonna change the Yoda ears into Princess Leia hair, but we're gonna make it into Darth Paper's helmet. So the sides of the helmet are gonna be kind of like that. And those little those little edges that I just pointed to that were next to the helmet ears or whatever, you definitely want those. Those are great to have, especially at the bottom. So we do not want to fold it in half like that. We want to fold it just enough so that there's a part sticking out and the triangles kind of meet at the top. Like the triangles on the side, they meet at the top. If I folded it a little bit more, the triangles wouldn't really meet the top, but it's not super duper important, but you can have that. So what's fun now is that we get to make his respirator. Now, if you do not know what a respirator is, that's a-okay. So I'm just going to round out the helmets right now really quick. I'm just going to fold in the corners just a tiny bit, just a tiny bit. Do not go crazy on the rounding of the helmet top. So this part is kind of hard. So take this slow and steady, go at your own pace, but we're going to actually fold the helmet up just a little bit. We're going to get the bottom of the helmet, and we're going to just fold it up just a little bit. Now, that's why you need the sides of the triangles, because I'll show you right now. I'll zoom in a little bit. It is the corners on the sides look kind of weird, right? Like there's like a weird thing on the sides, on like the little corners of the bottom thing. Now what we're going to do is actually really fun. Boom! See that? We're just going to squish it. We're just going to smush the heck out of it. Yeah, smush those triangles. We're going to smush those triangles so much. Oh, look at that. Just smush the triangles at the end. Flip the bottom of the head up and just smush those triangles. Now, you may notice those triangles at the bottom look kind of ugly, but that is a-okay. We're just going to fold them back a little bit. Just a tiny bit. Just a tiny bit. Do not go crazy. And now it looks all evened out and pretty good, right? So mine is a little bit small, and it's okay if yours is big. It's okay if yours is smaller. It does not matter that much. Yours does not have to look exactly like mine. Now I'm going to decorate it. So I'm going to kind of show how you can decorate it, but you do not have to decorate it this way. and at the bottom you can make his little digit pad, his little buttons at the bottom, and there you have it. Darth Paper. What? So cool, am I right? So rad. You can brag to all your friends that you got to watch this video and they didn't. Um, so don't do that. Don't do that. So just like before, we're gonna unfold this just a little bit, and we're just gonna stick our finger in. This is how you put it on your finger, and then fold it back, and boom, or rotate your finger, and then boom, there you go, Darth Paper. What? That's so cool. And then you can have or not Darth Yoda. Sorry, you can have Yoda on the other side, and boom, there you go. You got Yoda. You could put it on your thumb if you want to. Now, if you put it on your thumb, oh yeah. If you put it on their thumb, there's a really, really fun activity you can do with your friends, with anybody else who has an origami finger puppet. So this is really fun. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna have your thumbs like this, like as if you're gonna do a thumb war, but instead they're gonna be using your puppets. So now the aim of the game is to try to get their finger puppet off their thumb before they get your finger puppet off yours. Now you battle it out. Try to get their finger puppet off, and then the final blow, boom! Yoda wins every time. Oh no, I lost mine too. I actually battled my mom for this one, so you can tell her that I won.